Do you mind if I share my screen? Oh, shit. Go ahead.
Hey, welcome back to another Epidose. These fools don't know what the hell they're doing, but they eat a lot of meat and can't shut up about it. So today we got a couple of topics. Number one, we're going to talk about the survey that's being done for a big study based out of Harvard, and how you can participate, what it entails. And then we're also going to talk about what we're doing to stay sane in this time of quarantine. How do we manage to eat right, stay in shape, and all that good stuff? So Raymond's already filled out the survey, and we're gonna hit him with some questions. He's gonna do some screen sharing. So Raymond, tell us what you know about this carnivore survey and carnivore study.
All right, I'm going to need your help with this, guys. So the carnivore survey pretty much wants to know anybody who's above 6 months to fill out what they've eaten in the past 3 months, what kind of carnivore they are, and lab results, and also how they felt. So should we go over the actual survey, Tom?
Yeah, run through it real quick.
All right, real quick. So it wants to ask the way of eating. For me, I just put meat, water only, because that's what I am. And I started 9/15/2017. They wanted to know that. So within the past 3 months, how often do you eat the following? Starchy vegetables, never. Non-starchy vegetables, never. Fruits, never. Legumes, never. Great. Sorry.
So if you occasionally ate a lettuce wrap burger, how would you answer that?
I do not.
No, if you did, how would you?
Oh, then I would say, hang on, we'll get there. So grain product, never. Sugar, never. Honey, never. Condiments, sauces. So we're talking about probably barbecue sauce. So then I put less than a month.
How about mustard?
I don't do mustard.
I knew something was wrong with you.
Okay. Herbs and spices, less than once a month, because sometimes I'll have jerky that has spices on it.
Yeah.
So, but not often.
You never put pepper on anything?
Just salt.
How about hot sauce?
No.
Can't imagine life without hot sauce.
Damn, Tom, what kind of carnivore are you? Are you calling yourself out?
He can't take the survey now.
I know, right? Okay, so then they're asking with each meal, what do I have? So red meat with each meal, or how often do I have pork? Several times a month. Pork on my side is, it's just, it's very little. So, but it's not monthly. It's several times a month. Poultry, several times a month. Of course, this past couple months, I haven't, but earlier on I did. Fish is really rare. When we go out to Nori, then I'll have some sashimi. Seafood, that's the same thing whenever I go out to eat. Insects, well, I don't know how you guys gonna answer that. But I said
only when you're running. You swallow them.
That's right.
Yeah,
you swallow them. Or biking, right? So
Yeah.
That's it.
that's right. I'm like, insects, where the hell did that come from?
Right.
Processed meats. It's funny how they put insects right up in the middle too. It's like,
Oh, well, some people eat that cricket flour,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, not me. Processed meats, that's several times a month. The reason I say that is I'll have some packaged jerky or some sausages, et cetera, et cetera.
I wonder if Charmaine's still eating mealworms or if that was a one-time deal.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it last time.
And
Okay.
Joe is telling us how to prepare those gunji. What the hell are they called?
not get it witchetty grubs, Tom.
Widgety grubs.
Yeah. Grubs.
Ganji.
Widgety.
Ganja.
Whatever.
So this one's interesting. I didn't know how to answer that. Breaded and fried fast food meats. I put less than once a month, but it's actually less than that. So I've had it before, but not in the past 3 months. Maybe I should put never.
How long has it been since you had a chicken nugget, Ray?
Oh God.
An actual chicken nugget. I think I ate one. I don't know. I want to say 4 or 5 months ago when my kids. I saw it hanging around.
or like fried chicken. How about you, Justin?
Geez, it's probably been over a year, like for sure. Yeah, because I mean I was gluten free for a long time, so I did have gluten free chicken nuggets and
Yeah, that's what I'm
gluten-free
talking about. Yeah.
fish sticks all the time. But yeah, probably a little over a year.
How about you, Zimbo?
Mine was gluten free too.
No, it's been ages.
And you have a kid too. Well, you and Ray both have kids, so.
Yeah, no, I don't. If my son leaves something, I definitely don't touch it. I'm not interested in touching if he has fried chicken or schnitzel or whatever.
How about you, Tom?
I have nobody around me eats fried chicken or chicken nuggets, so it's on the order of years at this point. Probably a couple of years since I've had something like that.
And
would you eat a chicken nugget without sauce, anyways? You know, and I'm not gonna eat those sauce. Well, I'll eat a mustard or something sometimes, but
yeah,
that's it. Not the one. I mean, all those sauces that they give you at the restaurants are full of corn syrup, right?
Right.
If I'm gonna have mustard, it's just gonna be plain mustard without the sugar in it. So
yeah, I'm changing that to never. Forget it. That one probably doesn't really count that much, anyways. Eggs less than once a month. So eggs, I had it during the the cruise. I was carnivore, but I ended up trying eggs.
Sorry, is this Raymond? I have a question. This part you're filling out, is this within the last month or within the last 3 months?
Last 3 months.
Okay.
And I went on a cruise in the last 3 months. So organ meat, less than a month.
So I have a question for me about the organ meat, because I have been taking the ancestral supplement kidney pill. Would I bump
no, because
that
that
up to daily or something then?
They'll start. So you'll see where they talk about vitamins down here. So I think that's where you put that. I don't know,
but it's not a vitamin. It's an organ.
Yeah, it's just dried organ meat.
Yeah, it's desiccated organ. You're right. I don't know. I guess you would put organ.
You're in the gray area where I'm sure they didn't really think about differentiating that in this. So,
but it's so little too. I mean, that's the question. That's the thing. It's so little. Bone broth. Let's go ahead.
I was going to say, it would have been interesting if in the questions I would have asked, okay, so you do like, have condiments, sauce or mustard, but then ask you the question, how much do you actually use though? Because if you only just put a little drop on it.
Exactly.
Compared to someone that uses half a bottle, I mean, it's not really accurate, is it?
Right. No, you're right. And that was the other issue that I had too. So bone broth, less than once a month. I'll do that when I'm sick, but I didn't do it past 3 months. Bone marrow, never did the bone marrow. Never actually tried it. Bone or cartilage, I've had that before. Probably not in the past 3 months though, but I still put that in. Chicken feet.
Woohoo! Let's do a chicken feet stream. Come on, guys.
There you go.
I wonder if I should put
never. I didn't have it in the past 3 months, so let me get rid of that. Milk, never. Dairy. So I did have cheese earlier on, so I put several times monthly. I actually quit cheese now, but I'm not gonna count it right now. So multivitamins, never. Other vitamins. So this is where I had a question on that. So I did take some enzymes, vegetable enzymes, and betaine hydrochloride and some calcium supplements. I would think that would be other vitamins or minerals, but I don't know.
Probably.
I mean, I take a magnesium. Would that be in the electrolyte supplement or the other vitamins?
I would say electrolyte.
Say electrolytes. Yeah.
Well, down the bottom it says over-the-counter supplements. So
right, that's where I was confused. So I put that less than once a month. On the electrolyte supplements, though, I did do the snake juice. Would that count? Of course, not in the past 3 months. So I probably should say never, right?
Yeah, if it's been over 3 months, it sounds like you could do never.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. So non-calorie sweeteners, never. Wine, no. Carbohydrate beer, no. Beer, alcohol, I don't know why you're asking all that. Coffee, tea, dessert cake.
Because carnivores are a bunch of alkies. That's
I know,
why.
right? I'm like all this different types though. I'm like low carbohydrates, beer, regular beer, wine. I mean, what the hell? I mean, God.
Hurry up,
like
guys! I need my
obvious.
medicine.
Yeah, right.
Getting the DTs.
So dessert on my daughter's birthday, I did eat a slice of. I did have something. I don't remember what it was.
He was
And on
never
my
a
son's.
carnivore.
So yeah, I did have a slice of cake.
You didn't do it right.
You're lucky you didn't
That's
fall down
right.
the carb hole.
That's it. That's right. Candy, never. Dark chocolate, never. Well, I did have a dark chocolate cake. Would that count? It does say free sugar-free chocolate. I wonder if cake. No, because it has cake here.
No, because you got the cake up there for dessert.
Right. Okay. What type of meat do you aim to consume? So I put high fat. What do you guys think about that? Because I do ribeye mostly. Wouldn't that be high fat or is that moderate fat?
I would say
High
moderate. Is it?
See,
Yeah,
Isn't
because
it a
it's like-
Isn't it a 1-to-1 ratio?
It's a 1-to-1 ratio though.
Yeah,
But calorie-wise, it's high fat.
Most cuts
right?
of meat, are leaner. You have to eat like, ribeye, or to get more fat than that, you got to eat like pork belly, maybe spare ribs. There just aren't too many cuts of meat available that are fattier, so it's definitely on the high side.
So it is high side.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd agree. I think it's high fat. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, go ask your butcher. Which cut do you sell that has the most fat? They'll say, oh, ribeye.
They'll always say ribeye. Yeah, of course. Yeah. But it's still 1-to-1 ratio, like Joe Zumbo says.
But
What is that? That's not
But
what
if it's 50%, if it's 50% fat, 50% protein, it's
Right.
how do you? It's
how do
not
you say
really
that's
high
high?
fat, is it? I'd say it's moderate.
I think
Right.
a lot of people are
Wait a
going to find
minute.
that confused.
It says, what type of meat do you aim
Do you
to
aim?
consume?
Okay.
Right? What type of meat? So you're not eating lean. That's not
Right.
moderate.
That's true.
That's
It's
high
not
for a
lean.
cut of meat. Type
I
of
see.
meat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You might be right.
Put it in context, gentlemen. Context.
Right.
I think the key
Context.
word there is aim. Aim to
on
consume.
top of your carnivore experience, this is also a reading comprehension test.
That's right.
And we just failed, except
Did we
for
all
Tom.
go to public schools?
Dyslexic.
Yeah, dyslexic.
Yeah, the dyslexic had to straighten you out.
Well, all right. What type of beef? 100% grain finished. How do you usually cook the meat? Rare. Well, raw lately, but rare. Do you try to capture and consume all meat juices? Yes. I don't know what they mean by that.
I guess like if you throw it in an air fryer at the pan, are you dumping the pan,
Yeah.
like
I
the
do.
grease
Yeah.
on your food, or are
Yes.
you like tossing it away?
No,
You're
yeah,
drinking it.
Yeah.
I
Put it in your
rare-
mug.
I rarely
I put it
get
on
rid
top
of
of
the.
my. Yeah.
I keep the fat in the pan and just keep recooking with it, And if I got a dry piece of meat, I just pour it on top.
Yep, that's what I do. I just pour it on top. Actually, I don't care if it's dry or not. I'll put it on top.
I don't
So-
throw it out till something happens to it. It gets burned or something.
Right. If it gets burned, that's different.
Right.
Yeah. Do you target a certain amount of salt intake? No. Well, what do they mean by that? I mean, I make sure it's salty. So.
Well, like for me, I'm obviously
medium.
high salt
Mm.
because I'm supplementing salt. I would imagine if you're supplementing salt on top of food that you're having, then you're probably high salt.
Oh, I see.
Medium is
I'm not.
probably salting like every meal, and low salt would be either avoiding salt or like
But I got
salting.
I got no target. I mean, I don't really care about the
Right,
salt. Let's
yeah.
put it that way. Yeah.
Probably most people have no target, but people are going to
Okay.
screw that question up
Yeah, I think so
all
too.
over it.
Yeah. How many times a day do you eat? I put twice.
What?
That's the easy one.
Watch this video be like heavily watched by researchers who are trying to write surveys.
I know, right? I know, right?
They're like, what are these idiots thinking when they read
Yeah.
this stuff? God.
Yeah. Do you aim to achieve ketosis? No. But usually I am because of my fasting time. See, that's the thing. How many times a day do you eat? Well, I eat every other day. I eat twice, two meals. So how do I answer that? I mean, but anyways, and
You're a
sometimes it's
freaking
one.
anomaly.
How
Yeah.
are people eating less than one meal a day? Is that just snacking? That's kind of my.
Well, that's the other question I have. How is it less than one meal a day? Right.
Well,
right.
then
What is
that means you eat like one time every third day or something. That would be less than once a day, right? Or even one meal every
Justin's
other
right.
day.
Justin's right. How does that make any sense? Less than one. I mean, like, what? I could see one, but less than one, really?
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
So would mine be less than one because I eat every other day, but I eat more than once a day.
Yeah, so that's you're averaging once a day.
Yeah, so technically I'm averaging once a day. Yeah. So
Yeah.
is that what I should put? One?
I would. Yeah, I think you should put once a day.
Jesus.
All right.
We gotta have your wife help
out.
you with these things.
Damn. All right.
Good thing we went over this
I'm glad
together.
you're going over this. Yeah, I know, right?
You're blowing the curve here, dude.
Yeah. So, how often do you make exception for your carnivore way of eating? So
You missed number 10, mate.
Yeah, I achieve ketosis. I said.
Oh, he did talk about it. Yeah.
I do. Okay.
Yeah, out of order.
Yeah. So I put less than once a month, but here's the thing, exceptions. So they're like, what exceptions do I make? Birthdays and vacations, I would taste desserts. So that's it.
Taste or smash?
No, hell no, never. It's like either one slice or one spoon or something like that.
Stick your whole face in
Wait, is that considered smashing? Hold up. Is smashing considering like one spoon of dessert?
No, he means like eat a lot.
No, yeah. I'll stop myself.
So wait,
time.
did you have a taste of cake or did you literally eat a slice of cake? I'm curious now.
It was a slice, yeah. So it was a thin slice, but because the way my daughter had it is kind of smashed. So it was like, but yeah. It wasn't much, but I keep on reaching for more. So I know I am carb addicted. So, I have to actually literally stop myself and say, okay, that's it. That's enough.
You don't want to fall down the carb hole.
Exactly. They want to go down the carb hole. I know how it is. And I'm thinking about the next day, which obviously I've got to sit here thanks to that cake that I just had 2 days ago. So that pisses me off. Yeah.
Cake is not species appropriate.
Yeah, I got 2 zits actually, and then today and yesterday, I just felt I barely wanted to do the 200 push-ups. Let's put it that way.
So when you eat your 2 meals every other day, are you intermittent feasting?
Yes, intermittent feasting. I'm eating as much as I want, but saying that's not very much because I really don't have much appetite for the raw.
Oh yeah, you're on the raw, no salt kick right now.
Yeah, raw, no salt. Yeah, that's
so. You're having less than 1 meal a day.
No, he's having 1 meal a day.
I'm having 1 meal a day. Yeah,
on average.
1 meal on average. Yeah, that's right.
He's having 2 meals every other day.
Yeah,
that's right. That's an average of once per day.
Technically, it's once a day. That's right. Yeah. So why do I follow the carnivore way of eating? Improve my health, body weight, out of curiosity, preferred dietary habit, food preferences. That's what I did.
Just stand up and show them your 6-pack already.
And there you go. That's right. That's
wait, are you wearing pants?
No. What should I show?
So maybe
my
don't
6-pack?
Stand up and show your 6-pack. I don't know. Yeah. It's up to you.
That's okay. Kind of interesting. Wait, could you go up, Raymond? Can you go up to 14 again? Yeah. So it's like, why do you follow this way of eating? And I like that for ethical reasons.
Yeah, I was surprised on that. I'm like, for ethical reasons. I almost wanted to check that actually. Because,
what could that mean? I mean, that's a good thing to discuss.
Right.
We don't want to see all the little animals get slaughtered for the row crops.
Exactly. We think life is a life, regardless of how cuter the cow is than the insect, but it's still a life either way.
I mean, if you think about it, if you go to the produce section, nothing in there really came from nature like that. It's all been manipulated by man one way or the other.
That's right.
Whether it's through crossbreeding over hundreds of years, or it's been gene spliced or gene blasted or whatever, and so I don't know, maybe you think unnatural foods are unethical.
I would wow, that's deep. I would totally agree with that. I would think unnatural food, man-made type food is unnatural. Yeah, I mean unethical.
A lot of it's irradiated, or it's got chemicals or wax on it, pesticides.
That's right.
Herbicides are used. Herbicides and pesticides wind up in the water table and they destroy the soil. Of course, almost all row cropping destroys soil.
Destroys the waterways too.
Destroys the
Literally
waterways.
destroys the waterways. Yeah, kills fishes. The outrun of pesticide kills a bunch of fishes.
So now, do you now feel like you eat carnivore for ethical reasons?
I do now, yes, but
So-
initially that's not why I did it.
Well, I think you believed all those things. You just didn't realize it pertained to the survey.
So I'll put the for ethical reasons then.
Yeah.
And then there's other.
Do you like meat a lot?
Well, it did say preferred dietary habit, food preference. So yes, I do like meat. So they didn't cover that.
Is there another reason?
That's what I'm wondering. Can you think of another
To
reason?
distance yourself from vegans?
To be hated by vegans.
So you can do a podcast with Tom.
That's it. So I can
There
do
you
a
go.
podcast with
Give us a
Tom. I
reason
to
that.
podcast.
That's right. That's
All right, that's a good other.
Yeah, I should put that. I'm putting that.
Because you want to be part of the cool new trend.
Carnivore. Oh, so you can
Yeah.
do carnivore coaching.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I didn't know all that. I'm not putting any of that. I didn't know any of that.
All right.
Okay, anyways, please specify your health reasons for following carnivore way of eating. Weight loss, improved body composition, improved athletic performance, clear brain fog. These are all the things that happened to me. Reverse or manage type 2 diabetes. I didn't have type 2, but I had pre-diabetes. To manage or stabilize blood sugar, type 1 diabetes. To manage arthritis, joint pains, which I had. To manage mental illness, depression, mood, mental attitude. So I had the mental attitude part. I didn't have I was real moody. To manage autoimmune issues. Autoimmune, so I had digestive issues. Is that classified as autoimmune? What is
it
autoimmune?
could be. I mean, because some digestive issues are caused by your immune system attacking, just like a lot of joint pain is caused by your immune system attacking your body.
Oh, wait, I had that. But not arthritis, see? Manage arthritis, joint pains.
Yeah, I mean, you could have arthritis for autoimmune reasons or non-autoimmune reasons, so I don't really know.
Okay, so I don't know what to put on that.
Yeah, but your digestive issues might have been autoimmune.
No, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know if I should check mark it because it's already got, digestive issues.
Yes.
Well, I think in your other, you should put down more the digestive issues and the diverticulitis.
Yeah, diverticulitis.
If you know it was autoimmune related, then I would check the box because you could have digestive issues that are non-autoimmune related. So,
Think so?
yeah.
All right.
I mean, you were a mess. You kind of had everything before you went carnivore, Raymond. I mean, you would have eventually got full-on type 2 diabetes at some point.
Oh, there's no question about it. Yeah, there's no question about it.
Yeah, that's kind of a gray area there if we're going to talk about whether, I mean, you didn't quite have diabetes, but I suppose,
I mean, it was a 6.0. What are you when you're diabetic? It's a 6.1, 6.2, something like that. Then you're considered diabetic.
Your insulin
A1C. No,
A1C. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. It's like 6.2 or something, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
Yeah. So I was pretty damn close. I was flirting with it. Definitely pre-diabetic. Definitely. So 5.7 or above is pre-diabetic, and I think 6.2 might be diabetic.
I am kind of disappointed that they didn't include digestive issues for the things for it to help. To manage digestive issues.
Yeah, they have that. So then it's like with the past 3 months, please rate the following comparison before you started carnivore. Wait, before. Oh yeah, compared to before. Okay, better overall health, better energy level, better strength, better endurance, better focus, mental clarity, memory, sleep, chronic management, hunger, and food craving. So all those are better for me. You currently, within the past 3 months in mind, have the following symptoms, not diagnosis or condition. Please report all new as well as long-standing symptoms. Constipation, gas, bloating, diarrhea, heartburn, stomach cramps. I haven't had any of these. Dry skin, skin problems, weak, brittle nails, other fingernails, hair loss, thinning, other hair abnormalities, itchiness, red, swollen, bleeding gums, loose teeth, mouth sores, tongue swelling, dry, itchy eyes, night blindness, pale skin, lethargy. I mean, I would have checked on a lot of these things, not irregular menstrual cycle. Slow wound healing, issues related to blood
It's good to
clotting.
know your cycle's regular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did have periods, just to let you know, but from the wrong end. Poor immunity, fatigue, changes in heart rate, unwanted weight gain, unwanted weight loss, dizziness, muscle joints, muscle cramps. So I did have.
Yeah, I don't think you have to read them all, just the ones you need to check.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, all I have is muscle cramps. So
there you go.
all
Well,
right.
this way the audience knows what to expect, so they can.
That's right.
Pre-filled out in their mind.
Yeah, that's right. They can pre-fill it out or follow along. You never know. Somebody might want to follow along, right?
Follow along.
How have these symptoms changed since starting the way of eating? So the muscle cramp, it was a new symptom after. So I wasn't getting muscle cramps before carnivore. That was new for me. So how often do you have bowel movements? It's about once a day, sometimes every other day. What health condition or diagnosis have you ever had? So that's interesting because that's almost like the question above. So I had cholesterol, arthritis, asthma, cardiovascular problems. So that's the CAL scan. Cognitive disorders, diabetes, cognitive disorders. I was wondering whether to checkmark that or not because is my mood issue considered cognitive disorder?
Yeah, I mean, you weren't officially diagnosed, but it sounds like you probably had some anxiety, depression.
Yeah, I did have anxiety too. Yeah, and depression.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that's what they mean, or
So,
could be straight neurological as well. But
not just an asshole.
That's not diagnosis. Huh? What?
Right. Or well, but then they also have mental health disorders as well. So I don't know. It's a toss up. Because you weren't officially diagnosed. So.
I was not officially diagnosed, so that's what I was wondering. I didn't take any pills for it or anything like that. Diabetes, pre-diabetes, yep. See, so they did ask that here. Digestive health problems, see, so they did add the IBD, IBS, diverticulitis right here. So hormonal or reproductive sexual health, PCOS. This one was questionable for me because I had bad ED, erectile dysfunction. So I don't know if that's considered reproductive sexual health. What do you guys think? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hypertension or other blood pressure problems. Yeah, I was constantly hypertension. Obesity or overweight, definitely. Skin problems. Yeah. Visual or vision problems, urinary tract infections. Yeah, I constantly have those. So what? Yeah, UTI. It was once every month or so. I mean, constantly. Yeah, wow. I mean, those suck. Yeah. And I didn't take antibiotics for it. Let's put it that way. I just dealt with it. So all of them resolved.
I'm kind of curious. What caused your UTIs? I wonder.
I think it had to do with my IBS. If you really want to know, honestly.
All right.
So I think it was
related. Maybe.
Well, could be. I mean, I don't know. All I know is that burn sucks. I was scared peeing every time I peed because it doesn't happen when you're peeing. It happens after when you shut it off, and then you feel that intense burn, and you're like, oh, and you're uncomfortable for a while, and I mean, it's not too painful, not like the IBD, so it was easy to go through. I just didn't like it. So
can't imagine why.
Yeah, right. So all of it repaired. Skin problems, I was wondering if I should say resolved on it or improved, because if I cake, I'll get acne. So I don't know what I should do. Should I say improved? If I go off the diet any little bit, I'll get acne.
I mean, I think that I guess if you have to go off the diet for it to come back, then I would say you've resolved it.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So that was my thought on that. Okay. How many different prescription? I didn't take any before, but I took a bunch of supplements, but I didn't know whether I should put that on there or not, or how to put that on there.
I wouldn't put it on there unless they gave you a place for it, because medication and supplements aren't really the same thing.
Right. That's what I thought. So this is do you have record of current weight? Yes. So current weight at the time of when that was when I was keto. I did get down to 200 pounds. The reported weight measured myself, 5'11", and the date taken was, what the hell is that? No, this is after carnivore. So right after. Do you have a record of your weight before starting carnivore? Okay, before starting carnivore, when I was keto, was 218. So I put that weight taken. Why do I have that date?
Date, weight taken.
Yeah, I'm a little confused on it. Do you have a record of weight?
I think that's
Starting
the
this
wrong,
carnivore way of eating.
you might have the wrong year in there.
Yeah, I do. That's what it is. Yeah, 9/5/2017. Damn it. Freaking A. Thanks.
This is why we do these.
Oh, look, it didn't change
Cross
it.
check.
That's what messed it up. Okay, now I changed it. That was 2017 also, I think. Yeah, 2017. Damn
Wait,
it.
what's the difference between the two questions?
Okay, so the top question, do you have a record of your current height and weight at least 3 months after starting the carnivore way of eating? Please use weight, so after it, 9/15.
So 3 months into being carnivore?
3 months into being carnivore, I went to 201. But
Okay.
here is before carnivore, 2/14/2017, which I was 218. Oh, wait.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 9/5/2017.
Let's move on.
Oh, sorry, that's confusing. But I'm glad you guys caught that. So that's 2017. I don't know why I changed it. I had it right the first time, but anyways. So lab test, blah, blah, how are you going to do the labs test? You know, can I have the results on that? So lipids taken, yes, that's the right date, I think. Yep. So
Is this just the rest is just labs? There's
blood
no
work. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all boring.
So you put in your cholesterol or lipid panel, and what else?
Yeah, good question. So total cholesterol, LDL, HDL, triglyceride, HbA1c, date obtained CRP, so C-reactive protein, creatine.
Yeah, anything other than that?
Yes, there was one thing that was off for me that I didn't know. Oh yeah, coronary score. And this one, I don't know what HSCRP. I don't think I had that.
Yeah, you may not have had that done.
Yeah. Can you report dates and results for your coronary? So before starting a carnivore, I couldn't because this was a year after carnivore, 7:30. All right. Do you discuss the way of eating like that with medical provider? Yes. They were not supportive. No. How satisfied are you with the carnivore? We're very satisfied. How have friends and family responded to you eating this way? Not at all supportive. So my medical provider was my chiropractor was like, you know, hey, you do what you want. I'll watch you. So he wasn't not supportive at all, but he was definitely plant-based.
Yeah, he wants to get paid.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, exactly. But that was my chiropractor. So how was your social life negatively impacted? I said, so my social life, as far as my friends thought I was crazy, all that stuff. So
that's why you got new friends.
That's right. That's what I was going to say. I wonder if I should say that because, I mean, I've got new friends that are supportive, so I don't know how I should respond to that one.
I think you answered it appropriately.
Okay. How has your social life been impacted according to what we're doing? So what do you do to manage this way of eating while at social event? There is meat at most events and I'll eat that. Sometimes I fast through events if not enough meat is present, which that has happened a few times. Mm-hmm. What are the downside of this carnivore weed? The only downside is the social aspect, I think.
Hasn't hurt me one bit somehow.
Well, it hasn't hurt me. It's just I mean, you know, it's probably the only negative thing. Well, can you guys think of another downside?
Price of meat.
What?
Yeah, price of meat's gone up a little.
Price of meat.
Yeah, but that didn't bother me.
All right, let's keep going.
Else? Okay. What else would you like to tell us? This is the best diet for me. I am no longer in pain from multitude of symptoms, and as a bonus, I am much stronger, faster, flexible than I have ever been in my life. And for the first time in my life, I have a six-pack. You know I'm going to mention that, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What country do I live in? Yeah. I'm more than one race. What's the highest level of education? Intermediate between secondary. See, I was a little confused on that. So I have done some college and some technical training.
Yeah,
But
they
I've
don't.
never finished.
They
college.
don't really differentiate in those questions. So I think you got as
Okay.
close as you can get it.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. So this other one, do you consider your family income? I'm like, you know, what's considered middle, high income, low income? I mean, I'm no Rockefeller, but I'm not, you know,
Yeah, I would
poor
just
either.
roll with middle income.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, what the hell, you know? I don't know what they're talking about here. So where did you get the link? Look at this. This is interesting. The links to a study. So it's got the option of World Carnivore Tribe, zeroing in on health, principle carnivore, zero carb, Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, blog, other. So I didn't see Meat RX on it, so I put World Carnivore Tribe. Are you a member of the World Carnivore Tribe on Facebook? They just added that one, and I put yes. And that's it.
All right.
I certify and submit.
Excelente.
That
So
only
you
took 30 minutes.
submitted it and you went back and you just fixed a couple things, right?
Yeah. So they sent an email. Let me show you the latest email. Clarification for carnivore survey. It says, I got some great feedback from many of you and have clarified a few questions. It would be great to let me know how you answered. And then there are some changes. Within the past 3 months, they added this part. Clarified condiments, we mean by bottled sauce, regardless of sugar content. I also added a new field for vitamins. And then they also added, are you a part of the World Carnivore Tribe Facebook? And this is some Belinda Lenners.
All right.
Lenners.
Excellent, boys. So thanks for taking us through that. Did you guys have any more questions for him about the survey? Nope. All right. So tell us, has anybody got any cabin fever when you run out of surveys to fill out and you can't find anything new on Netflix? What are you guys doing to stay sane? Push-ups, maybe? Anybody doing any push-ups?
Right, push-ups.
So, Ray, what's the most push-ups you do in a day, and what's the least?
I do 200, least is 100. Oh,
Justin.
wait, well, there were some that I actually, when I had my big race, my 2 5Ks, I didn't do any.
Ah, that's all
So,
right.
but those are rare, yeah.
Justin, what are you doing, man? What are you doing to stay sane?
So yeah, we're doing our push-up challenge, and I did 230 push-ups in a day yesterday. So that was pretty cool. I think I've done like 110 so far today.
You don't need to brag.
I don't think I'll hit 200, but yeah, I'll get close. But I try to do between 100 and 200, like Ray.
Can you tell us the story behind this picture?
Yeah, when it pops up.
It hasn't popped up.
Oh, no, it's on mine. I can see
It's
it.
on mine too.
Oh, then my internet just sucks. Which picture is it? 'Cause I can't see
The
it.
one with all the yellow tape.
It's a jungle gym with the rings with the caution tape around it.
Oh yeah, so that's at the local park. The government shut down any kind of exercise.
The man is keeping you down.
The man is keeping you down. Yeah, and they even shut down. So as you can see, they shut down the monkey bars and the little whatever those circly, pulley things are too. Rings. There you go.
And the pull-up bars.
I know it's a tough one to remember. Ring.
There we go. Now I'm seeing them. Oh yay, my knife.
Oh, cool.
But you got a bonus. You went to the park. Nobody else was there because of the caution tape. But they provided a free knife to cut the tape with.
Yeah.
Did you wipe the blood off before you picked it up?
No, I mean it's kind of like a cursed knife. I don't know if you ever played Diablo 2, but if you got a bloody knife, it adds like stats to it. So yeah, there you go.
There you go, cursed knife. I like that.
I still have the cursed knife. I have it right here.
Look at that. God. Is it sharp?
No, it's really dull.
That's a big ass looking knife, really.
It's only about 3. It's really not that. It's what? Look, it's like 3 inches barely. Maybe more like 2.7.
It really looks like a murder weapon. That's all I can say.
No, it's a straight shank. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shank. Yep. Yep.
It's a
Exactly.
shank.
It's a shank.
So on the picture, so on the bars, I actually like go as close to the tape as I can and actually do pull-ups on the bars, you know, breaking the law. And
You're
then
gonna see this on video, now they're gonna come and get you.
Yeah, you got to find him first.
Bring it. I got my
Yeah, you got your shank.
I got my shank.
You got a really dull knife.
You got your really dull knife.
So Zumba, what are you doing to stay in shape?
I wasn't done yet, but fine.
All right.
No, finish off, Justin. You got that knife.
Finish it.
See, otherwise I'll threaten you. Exactly. Get some respect around here. Not in my house. Yeah.
That's right.
So what's really funny to me is that they've tried to like put caution tape on the trails to like the little hiking trails, but like it's so funny because there's like a sign and you can literally walk 3 feet around the sign and still go on the trail. So I'm like, who are they stopping? Like really? Like, okay, I would take them more seriously if it was like no groups of 4 or more. Like fine.
Right.
Like, if you're by yourself, you should be able to go. Or like if it's like you and so anyway, I just think it's dumb. You guys can at me in the comments if you think I'm threatening people's lives, but I will continue to bring my knife and go to the park.
You could give COVID to some poor deer out there. Or little bunny. What are you thinking?
All right, Joe.
Hey, Justin, do you want to swap?
I know you.
Oh,
Want to swap? I'll send it to you.
That's not a knife.
That's it. Oh, you should.
This is
that.
a knife.
That's not a knife.
Yeah, so I'm still cycling at the moment. We're only allowed to ride with one other person. I did start some push-ups today. I've only done 80. I've done 100 kettlebell swings, and that's it. Now I've got to look after my son, do some schoolwork, and that's how I pass the time. But we are still open at work, so I do go into work as well. That's it.
And we make these crazy videos.
Yeah, and I have been listening to a lot of George Michael, by the way. I found my old iPod, so I've been playing a lot of George Michael.
Okay.
Tribute.
Just got to
throw that one in.
Yeah, no, we've been goading each other on by like posting how many push-ups we're doing or how many pull-ups we're not doing, or kettlebells. I've been doing squats with the kettlebell and overhead presses, and I take my dog out for a walk and stuff like that. So yeah, you gotta stay as active as you can, and some of that stuff's easy to do. Doing push-ups in the house is pretty easy, or I go outside and do them when I can. So just enough gym equipment laying around the house to not go crazy. So, but how about you guys? You guys reading any books?
I'm reading Needy's book right now, Farm to Fork, right? Well, actually, I'm really at the last 3 or 4 pages. So then I'm probably gonna read. Yeah. Oh, you got it. Oh, I didn't know you got it in. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, it's actually easy, quick read. So it's pretty good. I mean, I love her story.
This is the next book I'm reading.
Yeah. The last part is more like success story about people who's eaten regeneratively. And
you get a nice card from her.
She gave me a nice card. That was so sweet of her. Yeah, I use that as a bookmark. Don't be thinking you're special and you're the only one that got the nice card. Whatever, trying to brag.
I know I'm special. I know I'm special because of what she said.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, gotcha. She wrote in mine too, right?
Mine's better.
Okay, probably, but that's fine.
Just like my dog's better than your bird.
That's it. I'll give you that. Yeah, so I'm gonna read either since I've been doing raw, I was thinking I might need some motivation here, so I'm gonna read a little Algenus Wonderplatz.
All right, dive into that one.
We want
Let me
to
know.
live. We want to live.
Yeah.
So I did get that book, so I'm probably going to dive into that one next.
So Justin, what are you reading?
I'm currently reading The Carnivore Code by Paul Saladino.
Right.
Good
And
choice.
it's good. I suggest it. It like radicalized me, like in my carnivoreness. Like I'm
Really?
becoming, yeah, because before I was like, okay, when I was starting, I was like, okay, well, people can agree that fast food is bad, sugar is bad, carbs is bad. But I was like, still like, vegetables got to be okay, because I was like very plant-based for like a long time, for a while. And so now I'm just like, no, all plants are poison. Like they just are. Like it's
I agree
either
with
you're
that.
eating food and organic stuff that your body's supposed to process, or you're eating chemicals, toxins, and poisons. And like it sucks to be binary, you know, but there's really no other way around that. And like, you know, we you can take like a little bit of mercury in your body, or maybe a little bit of fluoride or borium or different chemicals, but you wouldn't promote that as a way of life or as a way of health like the way plants are. And yeah, I get synthetic chemicals. There are certain ones that that's a knife.
That's a knife. Yeah.
Show me that one, Tom.
Wow.
No, please.
So there goes the YouTube monetization. It was nice while
I
it
know,
lasted.
right? Yeah, there goes showing knives on there.
Maybe a nice cutlery company will want to sponsor us.
There you go. Yeah, we will show your knife on stream. You know, yes, we're putting that out there.
What is that, a machete?
There you
Oh,
There you
okay.
The meat
That's a
machete.
knife, Tom.
That's a long ass knife. Yeah.
You know, this is quickly going to accelerate into a game of one-upmanship.
Yeah, right.
It's got-
Tell me about it. Samurai sword is coming up next. Great.
For sure the authorities will be knocking on our doors in the next couple of
I know,
days.
right?
Do you know anything about the attack down the road?
Emily, you need to come back on stream because
What
look
the
at what's
hell? You're gonna
happening.
have an axe.
Where do we stop? I'm just saying.
I know, right? An axe. That's funny.
I haven't got my guns here.
Oh no! Probably a
Jake.
better idea. Probably a better idea not to show that.
If I own any guns, they'd be right here. I'm just saying.
So yeah, so it's like we could take a little bit of poison. Some people can obviously take down a little bit of bleach and be more or less okay. And so now I see plants the very same way. And so like, people, there's more people that are on board, of course, with the like no sugar, no carbs, like they get that. But once you start being like, okay, no plants, that's where you get the strange looks. But the book and, other books too, is like, no, you don't understand. They're just chemicals, and you shouldn't be mixing your chemicals into your body.
It's okay to say meat's bad for you, but how dare you say plants are bad for you? How could you possibly know that?
All plants are bad for you.
Yeah, I'm with Justin. It's a matter of how much you can tolerate.
Yep. And it's still poison. It's just how much poison can you handle? That's all it is.
I'm going to run through some books. I'm sure you guys have read a lot of them. I did grab some screenshots. Let me know when you guys can see them.
I read that one. That was awesome.
This was the first one.
Nice.
Why We Get Fat.
Yeah, loved it.
By
really good.
Gary Taubes, who also wrote this one. This one is a long book, though.
Good calories, bad calories. Read that whole thing. Loved it.
This is a more recent one. It came out in 2018. I highly recommend it. It's really a keto book. But and of course, I'm sure we all had a lot of keto influence before we got here. So
you read that one? I didn't read that one.
Yeah, it's very good, very very good. I highly recommend it. This I think it's Finney and Bullock, right? Yeah,
that's the study, right?
Bullock and Finney. It's not available in audio form, so this is just a summary of it, but. It's kind of one of the fundamental pieces that kicked off the low carb movement, really.
Yeah,
so
sure did.
I highly recommend it.
But that's because of their study, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Autophagy.
autophagy,
Yeah.
or if you're
Autophagy.
autophagy.
Autophagy, damn it.
Autophagy.
There goes that
Autophagy.
YouTube monetization again.
That's right. That's right.
Autophagy.
Autophags.
What do you guys hate, old cells or something? You hate
Yeah,
damaged
old cells.
organelles? Come on.
I didn't know about the book there. So how was that book? Hold up. You just skipped through it. Was it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's worth reading. I mean, it's very short audiobook. It's an hour and a half.
Oh, that's totally not worth it.
So it's on yeah, these are all shots from my Audible list. So, but yeah, it's good. It's quick. So Carnivore's Manifesto really is not about eating carnivore. It's really about food supply, quality meat, and stuff like that. So, but I highly recommend it. It's a very entertaining book.
Some bad stars there. 2.7 out of 10. I mean, 2.6.
Yeah, 'cause people hate meat.
Yeah. Case Against Sugar. Love that. Oh my God. That was the best book. I learned a lot about tobacco.
Why don't we try and get Gary Taubes to do one of these videos with us?
Hell yeah. One day.
China Study. Now, China Study is a book that everybody told me I needed to read.
I can't believe you got that book. Seriously.
I read more than once. I went through it at least 2.5 times.
Yeah,
18 hours. 18 hours
that's a
of
long,
listening, right?
God.
Yeah, no way.
And I recommend people read it, and I'll tell you why. I think most people realize the conclusion. This is really one of the people that participated in the research writing a book about his opinion of the study. And I think it doesn't really hold water. And I think a lot of people realize it. And this is the kind of book that really compelled a lot of people to, go plant-based.
Forks Over Knives use their book, actually.
Yeah. So I say go ahead and read it and consider putting a critical eye to it, just like everything else.
Read Dennis Minger's critic on it. That one's the best.
Yeah, she tore it to bits, didn't she?
She tore it up.
Minger,
Tore it up. Yeah, she tore that one up.
Cholesterol Clarity. I think this is a great one. Eric Westman.
Yeah, Eric Westman, Dr. Eric
That's
Westman.
who Justin and I just met. Yeah, at low carb or Adapt Long Beach /LA.
Yeah.
So, no, he wrote this with Jimmy Moore. It helped people understand cholesterol, or really help people understand we don't understand cholesterol all that well. So,
right.
And then Death by Food Pyramid.
I read that one. That was good.
And this is by Denise Minger, the aforementioned butcher of the China Study.
This book made me very mad because of how much they actually knew, and they still pushed it.
Yep.
So that pissed me off.
Jason Fung.
Oh, awesome. This one's a little bit boring compared to the obesity code. This one's real sciences to me. But yeah.
Yeah, we know how you're not big on studies, Ray.
I'm not. That one was a little too much on that.
Not enough Dragon Balls in this for you.
Exactly. Well, no, that's Justin.
All right. Dr. Atkins, New Diet Revolution.
Yeah, I've never checked that out.
Yeah, it's worth checking out. It's kind of the origin of it all, and you find out that, I don't know, everybody says, oh, he died from heart disease or whatever, and that's not true.
Aneurysm. He fell,
hit his head on the ice.
Hit his head on the ice, yeah.
Eat Meat, Stop Jogging. It's a pretty good book. It's a good entry book for, it's not necessarily a strict carnivore book. Okay. It's more it's carnivore-ish.
Right.
I don't think it's been all that widely read, but I thought it was worth it. So
short. Yes, I read that one. That one's good.
Yeah.
If you want to know about fasting, this is it.
Yeah, this is A Complete Guide to Fasting by Jimmy Moore and Jason Fung.
Wait, so let me be clear on this one. When he says complete guide, this is more for beginners, not for experts. Yeah.
Yeah, all the expert fasters out there.
Hey, I'm one. I consider myself one, whatever.
Fat Chance by
that was
Robert
Lustig.
And I do believe this is the same Robert Lustig that's part of this study/survey.
Yeah.
So, So
what I didn't like about that book is he is very insistent on fiber. has a
Yeah, and
hard on for
he
fiber.
may have softened his position on that over the years. This is all the way back from 2012.
Yeah.
So, it's 8 years ago. That's a long time in the low carb community. So,
Right.
Fat for Fuel, worth reading.
Mercola.
Yeah, I know Mercola can be kind of controversial.
He's kind of plant-based, he's
there's
high
a
on plants.
lot of these guys that are, you got to have fiber, you got to have some supplements and all that, are our favorites, but it's worth
I think
reading.
Mercola's turning too, by the way.
Fat Switch, this is another good one. So
what is that?
It's basically about, including healthy fat in your diet kind of book, right? Kind of helps people get over their fat phobia.
Animal fat included?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is one of my favorites because it's really well written. I really like Vinny Tortorich. I like his personality. He's a famous like Hollywood Beverly Hills trainer. Yeah. So this book is very entertaining. It's very, very well. The audiobook is very well read. It's got some extras in it. And just like Vinny, I like harassing Vinny on Twitter. He's always a good sport. So I highly recommend it.
We should get him on the show then.
Yeah, we should.
What does he talk about in that book? Just curious.
He talks about all the bullshit in fitness and training and eating, basically. He's not necessarily a carnivore advocate, but he's a, meat and fat friendly kind of guy, So
his fat documentary sure seemed like it was carnivore to me. That was like one of the best.
It is pretty close to carnivore, and I think he's gone closer to carnivore because, this book came out in 2013, and then Fat just came out. What was it? The beginning of 2020 or the end of 2019?
No, a year ago.
So 2019. Yeah. So there's been a little room for change in there.
Yeah.
And this, of course, Good Calories, Bad Calories, back to Gary Taubes, is the longest book by far. It's a beast of a book.
That is well worth it. That was well.
A lot of people won't make it through it, but if you're hard, definitely a good one.
Do the audiobook, it'd be easier on you. Oh, Grain Brain, great book. I read that whole book too.
It's a good one. It's David Perlmutter, Kristen
Lober.
So
I love his argument because when he talked about it, he acted like all carbs were bad. And that was the first time I read that. I was like, oh my God. I mean, the way he describes carbs, he acts like it's like the super devil. But in the end, when you see his conclusion, he's like, oh, you should add some carbs. And I'm like, wait a minute. All of your research was like about how bad it is for the brain. Any amount. But your conclusion saying add a little bit of carbs, I'm like, how does that work? So anyways, I enjoyed it though.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, you can read all the books you want. Obviously, everybody doesn't agree about anything.
Right.
And there aren't very many actual carnivore books. We got basically two main ones right now.
Right.
And that would be from Shawn and Paul Saladino, Shawn Baker right here.
Carnivore Diet.
And I'll hold that up again later. But intermittent fasting, this is a pretty good one. Not great, but for people who are curious about fasting, it's a good entry level. In a lot of these books, like Keto Adapted, I thought was a very good book. It's by Maria Emmerich. But, again, you're going to read a lot about, you should eat these herbs and stuff because they're rich in, micronutrients or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of us going to find out we don't need any of that. I mean, we think it's controversial if somebody puts some pepper on their steak.
That's right. Exactly.
People talk crap if you use mustard or
something.
Yeah.
Or lettuce on their wrap.
Yeah. So, but I think keto is good to most or all of us, and it's kind of a gateway to carnivore, and it's probably a little more appealing to a lot of people because there's more variety, and I think a lot of people are afraid of the lack of variety in carnivore, and so maybe it's a good way to adjust to carnivores to start keto. Maybe that's the path some people need to take. I don't know. Certainly the path that a lot of us took quite by accident. So I like to mention Sim Land because he's got several books. He has a YouTube channel. So He's got some pretty good stuff. It's pretty good book, especially obviously if you're into bodybuilding. So I'd throw that in there. Eat Fat, Get Thin by Mark Hyman. It's a pretty good book. Again, a lot of plant-based fats and stuff like that in here, but, worth the read. I think if you read all these books, you just wind up coming to the same conclusion that we came to. Yeah, The Obesity Code, Jason Fung. Yeah, very good book.
Great and easy read. I love how he explained everything so well.
Yeah. No, Jason Fung, a huge fan of Jason Fung. I think he's got plenty of videos on YouTube, and he's got some books, and stand-up guy. He's a nephrologist, right?
Yep, nephrologist.
And he runs a clinic in Canada. He's a accomplished physician who helps a lot of people. Yeah. Now, Plant Paradox. This is basically by Dr. Gundry. This is basically plant-based diet. I try and keep my reading balanced by reading. I didn't include them all. All the books from the other side, but I think people ought to read it, know both sides of the story, as it were. Here's another fundamental low carb book, the new Primal Blueprint. I think the original one was just the Primal Blueprint, but it's by Mark Sisson. So
hope he comes out with another one that's more carnivore.
Yeah, again, a lot of like plant-based fats and stuff like that, but he's done a lot for just getting better quality foods on the market,
Right, true.
If they are kind of
the avocado oil is because of him, you know that, right? The avocado oil mayonnaise.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he sells the good stuff. He doesn't sell the stuff that's mostly soybean oil that says avocado on the front. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So, and this one was a good one. This is by Nora Gedgaudas and David Perlmutter. So yeah, this is a good book. Again, you're going to see more avocado and nuts than we eat in here, but definitely a good book. So, and the Salt Fix, that was a good one for me. Help me understand, getting into keto, a lot of people are always throwing down the magnesium and stuff like that, but then kind of find out that a lot of times if you get muscle cramps and stuff like that, it's usually actually the salt you need to fix. At least that's what I found in my case and a lot of people I know. So understanding salt and not being afraid of it causing high blood pressure and stuff like that, and and in everybody is kind of puts things into perspective.
Well, this one, it tackles the importance of salt, how almost vital it is for you. So
yeah,
I thought that was a rather interesting concept. It's funny that I'm actually going no salt for this month just to see what's going on. But
yeah,
the way he explains is almost like the body can't go without it, and it fixes a lot of problems. So
well, maybe get enough salt out of the meat you eat without adding.
I'm sure I do.
I brought up this book, Sapiens, because it's not just an interesting book, and it's not necessarily a carnivore book in any real sense, but he does mention that, a plant like wheat is probably the most successful plant in the history of the planet because it got human beings to cultivate it, So it spread all over the planet, basically sort of enslaving us, and primarily because of the effect it has on our brain. Not that it's good for us, There's a lot of really interesting things in this book other than that, but I think it's a good book. And it's kind of like I'd almost say it's sort of like a big overview of anthropology. So Secret Life of Fat, again, a very fat friendly book, not written by a carnivore author, but good to help people understand fat and get rid of their fear of fat. Again, another fat fuel book. This one by the same guy did the Salt Fix. And then this one, you want to talk about cancer and autophagy and the research around it. This is a really good one. Particularly people who are have cancer or afraid of cancer. So, the Warburg effect isn't necessarily going to kill all cancer. Not eating sugar isn't necessarily going to kill all cancer, but it definitely can provide some leverage, and it's being widely studied now. So, it's a good book. I suggest people read it for sure. Unconventional Medicine by Chris Kresser. You know, of course, Chris Kresser is more of a low carb supplement kind of guy, but still a good book. You know, he pops up on Joe Rogan. So he's got some good content out there. This one was a really powerful book because this is written by a vegan who went down the vegan rabbit hole and decided that, you know, veganism was literally destroying her health, and goes through it step by step and kind of makes us realize that, you know, there's no food without death. You know,
I love that book. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good, very, very, very compelling book.
Eye-opening. Yeah.
Personal book. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for somebody who really lived it, you know, so, and this is probably the book that put the idea in my head that veganism is really just other people trying to turn their feelings into our ethics. You know,
There you go.
that's really what veganism is about, you know, so. And then this one more recently, definitely not a carnivore book, but it talks about the importance of K2 in particular, which, you know, oddly enough is very, very prevalent in animal-based foods. And this is a good one. Terry Walls is kind of a keto book. Talks a lot about MS, multiple sclerosis.
Yeah.
And in the end, like, she has multiple levels to her diet. In the end, you're almost down to like a ketogenic meat-based diet for MS. So I don't know if Emily's ever read this, but she might find it interesting.
She's high on vegetables, though.
Yeah, but it depends on what level you're at, because like I said, she has 4 levels. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I read, I was like, well, that's too much vegetables. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, there aren't too many carnivore books, but we all got here one way or the other. And these are the ones I came across on my path, you know. And again, here by William Davis, The Wheat Belly, you know, this is like you were saying, Grain Brain kind of talks about the impact of grain on your brain. This one talks about the impact of grain on your digestive tract. You know,
I like this one because
Yeah.
because this one described where the grains came from. That was the first I've ever heard about the what was that, the radiation zapping of creating this new dwarf wheat. That
yeah,
was very interesting in the 1970s.
Dwarf or semi-dwarf.
The semi-dwarf.
Yeah.
And it won a Nobel Prize for it. You know, yeah. But go on.
All right, on Wired to Eat, back to Rob Wolf and Wired to Eat. Yeah, so this is kind of helps people understand why they eat what they eat and why they're compelled to eat. Rob Wolf, of course, a very low carb friendly sort of voice in the low carb world. So that's it, boys. I just want to throw out some ideas of what people might want to read. It's not necessarily every book I ever read or every low carb keto book I read. I didn't.
You've read more?
Yeah, I'm no BNS, but there's a few more, and stop to share. And like, okay, we got Shawn's book is out. We're all big kind of fans of the Weston A. Price Foundation.
Of course.
You know, in this book, this is not available in audio version yet. Sean's book is not available in audio version yet.
So I have to read those to you. Put them on the list. Yes. With Neethy's book.
You come over and read these books to me while we smoke horse in the.
What about Fat of the Land?
Yeah, I didn't put Fat of the Land in there. I've done a video or two on that, and I think you could still buy copies of it on Amazon. Yeah, I don't know if they're new prints or what, but there's lots of PDFs of that floating around.
Yeah, that's what I read.
So, in fact, I think if you go to Autistic Carnivores, if you join my Facebook group, Autistic Carnivores, or maybe the Ketogenic Fasting Project, you'll find most of these books are stored in the file section of that group. So if you guys want a little light reading, there's some freebies out there. So anyways, so what else are you guys doing to stay busy?
YouTube streams.
Yeah.
Special shout out to Mr. Medicare. I stole your background. Yeah, come at me. It's all right. You got the Corona chance cutting open the survival suit. think that's pretty funny. So yeah, if it comes to it, that's what we'll be like in suits. Well, Tom, you're already a quarter way there with your mask behind you on the screen.
Yes.
So we'll still bring you content. You know, if everything else is falling apart, you know, we'll still bring content. It'll happen. But yeah, everyone's live streaming. So it's really annoying because I keep getting distracted and watching them and arguing with random people on the internet. So yeah.
That's what life's all about, arguing with random people on the internet.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, shall we wrap it up?
That's
Sure, but special shout out to Charmaine for your one-handed push-up, one-armed, one-hand push-ups. That's
Don't
crazy.
encourage her.
yeah. You are a beast, Charmaine.
Reviews, follow her
Very-
at Sugar-Free
very small
Self-Care.
Sugar-free healthcare. Yep. She'll put you into a challenge.
Yeah. Sugar-Free Self-Care. Yeah.
Is that what
And
it is?
then Emily, we miss you. Please come back to us.
Yeah, Em, what the hell?
Yeah. We need you here. You're the control. You're our control.
Yeah. Otherwise, the knives come out.
That's
And-
right.
And don't fall down the carb hole.
Don't fall down the carb hole. Eat a species-appropriate diet.
That's it.
Don't eat the Garden of Eden diet invented by some girl hit in the face with a rock.
Eat the snake.
Well, everybody, leave us some comments. Let us know about the survey, if you guys are going to fill it out or not. You know, be part of carnivore history. Finally get some science, some Harvard-generated science behind the carnivore diet. So subscribe to the channel. Send links on to people, other shut-ins who can't escape the coronavirus and need some entertainment. Like to see a bunch of silly people eat meat and play with knives. And, you know, everybody out there, eat more meat and feel a little better. All right. See you soon.